retained earnings. See, once the company prepare its profit and loss account, so it might get either profit or loss, correct? So in a financial year, it may run into either profit or loss, right? But so for example, if the firm company runs in profit, right? For example, if company is earning, I'm taking a simple example, 1,000 rupees as in profit, right? So whose amount is this?
Owners.
Whose amount is this? These are the profits of the company, right? To whom it need to repay back these profits?
Shareholders.
Shareholders or owners, whoever we call it, right? So here, what company will do is, so 1,000 rupees we need to return back to, if it is a company, then we need to return back to shareholders. Okay. If it is a sole trader firm, then we need to return back to owner. Correct. So here, whatever profit we are getting, the entire profit will not be returned or distributed to shareholders. Understood? Whatever profit we got for 2021-22 fiscal year, so 1,000 rupees we won't distribute to shareholders the complete amount. So what business will do is, business will keep some amount with business itself. Okay. So for example, out of 1,000, 70% amount is going to keep with the business, and 30% of the amount will return to shareholders. Okay. So here, these are called distributed profits. Distributed profits. The profit is distributed, and this 70% amount, that is nothing but 700 rupees, is considered as an undistributed profit. Undistributed profit. Who is keeping this undistributed profit?
Company.
Company. So it's nothing but retaining. Company is retaining its earnings, which it's supposed to return to shareholders, but it is not returning to shareholder. It is retaining with the company itself. So that is called retained earnings. Undistributed profits is also known as, in SAP, we call the terminology called retained earnings. What does it mean actually? Retained earnings in the sense, whatever profit company earns, it's not going to distribute the entire amount, entire profit to shareholders or owners. It will retain some portion of the amount, some portion of the profit for future purpose. That could be for any reason, for expansion, company expansion purpose, or some future accidental losses purpose, or any other purpose. The company is not going to return the entire profit. It will retain some amount with it. So that amount, that retaining amount, we call it as a retained earnings account. Is this clear now?
Yes, Navin.
So we have created retained earnings account. For example, I'll show you OB53. We have created what is our chart of accounts? If anyone remembers,
UOC.
UOCA, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, UOCA. See here. So here we have created chart of accounts. So balance carried forward. So here at the time of configuration, do we know what is this particular year, how much profit company is going to earn?
No,
Can we guess it?
don't know.
No.
No.
So that's the reason we have given it as an X. Any letter we can take. So here we have taken, in general, 99% companies at the time of configuration, the retained earnings statement account, it will take it as an X, and Is it for company, is it an asset or a liability?
It is a liability. You need to pay back.
Liability, because we have to return back. We, in the sense, company has to repay back to shareholders. So something which we need to repay back to someone, then that is considered as an liabilities. And we have taken liability series with one series. Yeah, the last week you remember account group. So we have taken 1,000 to 1 lakh to 1 lakh 999, all the liabilities groups, right? So we have we have created number of accounts, right? Account groups, you remember that?
Yes, Naveen.
Yes, Naveen.
Right?
Yes.
So that we have given the retained earnings account as an 1,10,000 account number. We have reserved this particular account number for retained earnings account. Means automatically whenever profit and loss account, whatever balance left out, that will be automatically hit to this particular ledger account.
This account we have given for reserves and surplus, right, Naveen?
What do you mean by retained earning? We are reserved. What do you mean by reserve?
Okay, okay. Yes.
Right. Same, we are reserving, right?
Okay, okay.
This is clear now. Any questions? Yes.
No, Naveen. Clear.
Clear with the retained earnings part? So next one, physical, put a heading as in fiscal year. Put a heading as in fiscal year. So first of all, I'll explain what do you mean by fiscal year variant or fiscal year. So next step is,
We need to write it as fiscal year variant, right, Naveen?
no, just write it as in define fiscal year variant.
Okay.
Right now.
Fiscal year variant. Okay.
Write down define fiscal year variant. Okay, it's very, very important concept we need to understand. Okay, so put a heading as in define fiscal year variant. So I'll just write it down here. I'll explain here first. Fiscal year. Okay, or we'll call it as a fiscal year. So what exactly fiscal year is? In normally we call it as a financial year. Fiscal year, what we call in normally, we call it as a financial year. Right? What do you mean by financial year?
The activities go on specific time period.
Right. 12 months period.
That one.
Okay. So here in general, we call it as a financial year. In SAP, we are going to call it as a fiscal year. Clear? So the accounting period is known as a financial year. Okay, in general. And the same financial year, we are going to call it as a fiscal year. Right? So don't get confused with what do you mean by financial year and what do you mean by fiscal year. Financial year, in general, layman terminology, we call it as a financial year. But in SAP, we call it as a fiscal year. So normally, Indian companies and majority companies, financial year starts from 1st April to 31st March.
31st March.
Okay. So here, for example, current financial year, 1st April 2022 to 31st March 2023. Okay. So here, understood when is our fiscal year, what is our financial year here? Financial year, it's normally starts first step, this particular current financial year, 1st April 2022 to 31st March 2023. So here what we call this financial year. What is the financial year we are going to call it?
Fiscal year.
No, what is the financial year we are going to call? 2021, 2020, sorry, 2022,
2022,
23.
2023.
Okay. So what in general, what do you mean by financial year? Okay. The year, okay, whatever financial transactions related to one particular year are recorded in the books of accounts. Okay. That year is known as a financial year. Understood? Financial transactions, business financial transactions, whatever business financial transactions for one particular year are recorded in the books of accounts, and that year is known as financial year. Financial transactions were, there could be a number of transactions, but if it is not related to finance, then it is not considered as a financial year. Financial year, non-financial year. Right? What do you mean by financial year? Again, I'm reiterating for everybody's benefit. What do you mean by financial year? Financial year is nothing but the transactions which are related to business financial transactions for one particular year or one particular period, which are recorded in the books of accounts. That particular year is known as a financial year. And what is the current financial year? What is the current financial year?
2022 to 23.
2022 to 23. Correct? So here, if I take okay. So we have a different years like financial year, academic year, calendar year, right? Every year is dependent on their transactions. Okay. Next one. One second. When it comes to SAP, so what we are going to call this financial year in SAP?
Fiscal year.
Fiscal year. Exactly. Fiscal year. Okay. So here in SAP, the periods. So here, how many months are there? Each month is considered as in one period. In financial year, each month is considered as a one period. So 1st April to 30th April, one period. That is called first period. May month, 1st May to 31st May. What we call second period, right? So how many periods will be there in a normal financial year?
12.
12 periods, right? So each period, 1 month considered as in one period. So here in SAP, the periods are classified into two different types. Okay, one is next one. First one is normal periods and special periods. Normal periods and special periods. Okay, so in SAP we have two different periods, normal periods and special periods. Normal periods consist of 12 months. That is so 1st April, so first period, and 31st March, 12 periods. So this is April, first period, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. And special periods, that is nothing but extra periods, which is for tax purpose, adjustment purpose, right? Transfer entries, to record transfer entries, all those we will, SAP provides the maximum 4 extra periods. Okay, that is 13, 14, 15 and 16. Okay. So here it starts with April, March, March. Okay. So in financial year, what we are calling it as a 22-23, correct? But here, majority months are covered in which year? Majority months are covered in normal periods. Majority
Yes.
months are covered in which period? Which year?
Normal. Normal.
2022, correct? So April 2022, May 2022, June 2022,
Yes.
July 2022, August, September, October, November, total 9 months are covered in 2022. So that's the reason we call this particular physical year, we call it as a 2022 fiscal year. 2022 fiscal year. We are not going to call it as a 22-23. We are going to call it as in which fiscal year we are now?
2022.
2022 fiscal year. Okay. Any questions still here? 2022 fiscal year. So 2023, we have 3 months again, January, February, March. But even though the 3 months are related to 2023, but majority months are covered in 2022. So that's the reason we are going to call this fiscal year as a 2022. Okay. And we have one more concept, special periods. So when we are going to close our books of accounts normally, when we are going to close our books of accounts,
March.
31st March, correct? 31st March, we are going to close. Okay. So it starts with 1st April 2022 and ends at 31st March 2023. Okay. So what is special periods? So SAP provides maximum of 4 special periods. So what is the purpose actually? Okay. So I'll give you one simple example. See, on 1st April 2022, 31st March 2023, we are closing our books. And as I said that SAP provides maximum of how many periods we can have related to 2022? 4 extra periods. 4 extra periods. So that is a maximum. The company can have only 1 extra period. The company can have only 2 extra periods. The company can have 3 extra periods, and maximum of how many extra periods we can have? Hello?
4 extra periods.
4 extra periods. So what is the need of these 4 extra periods?
Might be one of the reason that we can't. For example, we are doing April to March, right?
Right?
Uh, for 2023, if we want more data, then we can't go within 3 months from January to March. Because of that, they are adding extra
See,
quarter.
what happens is, see, normally 31st March 2023, we will close our books of accounts, right? So some sort of normally audit will happens in the month of, once we close our books of accounts, then only once we close our books of accounts, then only the audit can be performed. Then only the audit can be performed, correct? So here, for example, when auditor is performing audit in the month of April 2023, after completion of books of accounts, 31st March, auditor was performing audit, and they found that few entries are missed. Few entries, vouchers are there, but entries are not recorded in the books of accounts. So that is called missing entries, which is related to which accounting year, which fiscal year? Which fiscal year?
2022.
2022. As per the accounting rule, we are not supposed to miss any transaction which is related to that particular year. But what auditor found? Auditor found after checking the books of accounts, 10 entries are missed, omitted to record in the books of accounts. That could be any reason. That could be any reason. So the accountant ignored that entries or forgot to record that entries, or wantedly he didn't record it, that entries in the books of account. So that could be anything. That okay. So now can we record? Now we are in which month?
2023 March.
Which month I'm saying?
August.
August.
April, right? No, I'm not asking this.
After
For
March.
example,
Okay.
31st March, we have closed our books of account and the auditor is performing audit in the month of April, correct? So now can we enter those transactions on 31st March or whatever transaction date?
No.
No. So what SAP provides is whatever entries are related to last physical year. Okay. So that can be adjusted by opening special periods. So those entries are called as an adjustments. What do you mean by an adjustment? Adjustment is nothing but, see, normally our books of accounting cycle, how our accounting cycle works in the sense, you know, everyone, accounting cycle, how accounting cycle works. First, we will classify our books of accounts. So the accountant will record transactions. First, they'll write journal entries, and after that, they will post the ledgers. They'll post the ledgers. So every day, what a clerk or an accountant will do, whenever transaction taken place, then first they will record in the books of accounts called journal entries, and after that, that entries will be posted to ledgers. So every day they will do. So on 1st April, they will open 2 account books. I'm sorry. They will open 2 accounting books. 1st April journal entries, journal, and next is same 1st April, they will open ledgers, right? So first transactions will be recorded in the journal and that will be posted in individual ledger accounts, right? So when we need to close our books of accounts, when we need to close our books of accounts, 31st March. So what is our accounting cycle? Once ledgers are done, then we need to prepare our trial balance, and after that we need to prepare our final accounts. Final accounts. So final accounts consist of
Trading account, P&L account.
trading and
P&L account.
P&L account and balance sheet,
Balance sheet.
right? So here, so as long as, so journal entries, ledgers, journal entries, ledgers we will do. So till when we will do, for example, till 1st March, till 1st March, whatever transactions are taken place, that will be recorded in journal, and after that, that will be posted in ledgers. So for example, we have a total 10,000 ledger accounts are there. Total how many ledger accounts are there? Total 10,000 ledger accounts are there. So when we are supposed to close our books of accounts for that 2022?
2023 March.
31st March, correct? So
Yes.
is it possible on 31st March, we can close our ledgers, means we need to do totals of our trade, personal account, real account ledgers, and as well as nominal account totals. So there are, for example, I'm taking 10,000 ledgers are there. On 31st March, can we close all our ledgers Once we close in the sense nothing but doing balancing and totaling of ledgers. So after that, can we prepare our trial balance on 31st March? After preparation of trial balance, can we prepare our final accounts on 31st March? All the activities can be performed. Closing of 10,000 ledgers, right? And preparation of trial balance. Without closing ledgers, we can't prepare our trial balance. Without preparation of trial balance, we can't prepare our final accounts. So is it possible all the activities can be performed on 31st March?
Yeah.
Sorry?
We cannot perform everything on
We cannot
31st March.
perform on 31st March. So what I said is, I said that 1st March. 1st March, what we did is company decided to close its books of accounts. To close its books of accounts on 1st March for that particular fiscal year. So 1st March, it started preparation of closing of ledgers, nothing but doing totaling of nominal accounts and doing balances of real and personal accounts, right? So it took till 5th March. It has closed till 5th March, 1st March to 5th March. What company has done? Company has closed means done the totals and balances of all the 10,000 ledger accounts. So on 6th of April, 6th of March, 6th of March, it started preparation of trial balance. It started preparation of trial balance. It started preparation of trial balance, right? So it took almost all 10th March. So company has finalized its trial balance on 10th March, right? So still how many days are there to cover, to close that books of accounts normally?
21.
21.
21 days. But already what we did, we have closed our books of accounts. Yes or no?
Yes.
So once we prepare trial balance, is nothing but, so what does it mean? We have already closed our books of accounts for that particular year, So how many days are left after 10th March to close our books of accounts? 21 days. So it means that we have closed our books of accounts. So it means that we will shut down our business for that particular year and we will go for holiday.
No.
So still transactions we will do after that also.
Yes.
After preparation of trial balance also we will do transactions. We will
Yes.
do buying, we will do selling, we will do
Yeah.
receipts, we will do payments, and different financial transactions are taken place. So whatever transactions are taken place after preparation of trial balance or after preparation of trial balance, so can we record in journal and ledgers?
Yes, it can be recorded.
Can we record? Is it possible to record? Because we have already closed, right?
So we need to open the special period.
No, I'm not asking. Can we record now?
We cannot record as the books are already closed.
Books
We
are
cannot record.
already closed. So what we need to do? What we have to do? We have to adjust those transactions, right? Whatever transactions are taken place after preparation of trial balance, whatever new transactions are taken place, that has to be adjusted directly in final accounts. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
That has to be adjusted directly in final accounts. So those transactions which are occurred after preparation of trial balance, those transactions are known as adjustments. Those transactions are nothing but what we call after preparation of trial balance. Normally I took 31st March, right? So here, now understood what do you mean adjustments?
Yes.
That is different, yeah, Charan. Yeah, that rectification was done in special periods. Okay, so understood what do you mean adjustment. So whenever someone asks you what do you mean adjustments are nothing but once books of accounts are closed and if still transaction take place, then those transactions need to be adjusted in that particular period. Then those transactions are nothing but adjustments. Clear? So SAP to do that adjustment, SAP has provided 4 special periods. If your transactions are few, then we can write all the adjustments in 1 month, in 1 period. So we don't require all 4 periods, right? If your transactions are very huge, so the auditor cannot do audit within a month. It may take for him 3 months or 4 months maximum, right? And whatever findings he has done in first period, second period, third period, fourth extra period, so that has to be adjusted directly. So maximum how many special periods SAP has given?
4.
4 periods. Clear? Any questions?
Navin, it can be any, or it should be following 4 months.
Sorry?
It can be any months, or it should be following next 4 months.
Next 4 months only.
Okay.
31st March, and after that from there, April, May, June, July.
July till
31st July. Okay. So 31st July is nothing but a 4th special period. Right? 1st April, and that is also considered as a fiscal year 2022 only. Fiscal year 2022 only, the special period. Right? And what we are not going to record fresh transactions which are missed, which are adjusted, which are posted wrongly. Those entries will be returned in this particular transaction, in this particular periods. So what are the things? Nothing but rectification entries, adjustment entries, transfer entries. Clear? All are recorded in the special periods. So what is the maximum periods SAP has provided?
Oh. Naveen, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, please.
Let's assume that on 31st of March, our books of account, we will close up all the books of accounts.
Correct.
In the April month, auditor has found few of the entries were missing in our books.
Correct.
So later we will open the 4 special transactions, like
Special periods.
2020. Sorry, special periods, like for March month 2022, February 2022 months, like to record those missing transactions.
Correct.
So suppose I missed to record the transaction for the month of January 2022. So I will, in April, we realized in the auditor has found out that in the January 2 transaction needs to be recorded.
Correct.
So in April, we will go and open the January 2022 period, right?
Yes, yes. The date will be taken month, mostly, see, they will record in the month and date that will take 31st March 2022 they will take, and in the narration they will mention that the transaction is missed so and so date.
Okay, narration, got it.
Yeah.
But you're telling that the special periods will be open for next subsequent four months, you said,
Correct,
right?
correct, correct.
June, July, and August.
Correct.
Okay.
Till July.
Okay.
Okay.
So till July also we can post the entries, but it's
Of last fiscal year.
Last fiscal year.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. That is maximum. Once 31st July is completed, now you can't do anything with that particular fiscal year.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions from anyone? Try to understand. I'm ready to repeat any number of times. Yes, anyone? Okay. Any questions? %100% guaranteed interview question. How many maximum SAP provides special periods? What is the purpose of special periods? Clear, what do you mean by fiscal year? How it is different from financial year? Okay. If you don't have any questions, then I'll proceed to the next. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, Naveen.
Yes, Naveen.
Yes, Naveen.
Yeah, it's clear, right?
Yes.
So here few companies follows their fiscal year, as I said that. So some companies, US companies follows their fiscal year as in calendar year. Calendar year. That is nothing but
Jan to
January,
December.
1st January 2022 to 31st December 2022. So what would be the fiscal year? What would be the fiscal year?
2022.
2022.
2022. It's simple, right? So no year change in this, because books are starting day of the book and ending day of the book of account is on the same year.
And for this special periods will be Jan to April.
Exactly. Jan, Feb, March, 31st March. And April also, if they are taking 4 periods, then till April, 30th April. Clear?
Yes.
So fiscal year would be, so 2022. So normal period, same. And special periods. And what is the purpose of special periods? What is it?
Adjusting to
To
rectify
record
Adjustments,
registration entries
right?
or
Correct.
adjustment.
Adjustment entry. So here, first period start in the month of
Jan.
01 January, and 12th period would be December. And special period would be 13, and maximum how many?
4.
Right? 16. So here, this is Jan, December, okay, that would be Jan, right? Right? The companies who follows their physical year as January to 31st December, then that is considered as a calendar year. And any company is not following its physical year from 1st January to 31st December, then all companies are considered as a non-calendar fiscal year. Understood? Calendar year, fiscal year, non-calendar year, fiscal year. What do you mean by calendar year, fiscal year? The companies which follows Jan to December,
December.
then that is considered as a calendar fiscal year. And what do you mean by non-calendar fiscal year?
Be any apart from this.
Apart from this, so April to March, is it a calendar fiscal year or non-calendar fiscal year?
Non-calendar.
July to June,
Non-calendar.
like that.
Non-calendar.
Clear? Okay. So non-calendar year is nothing but it starts from any month and ends with any month. But when it comes to calendar fiscal year, in the sense, it should start with January and ends with 31st December. Clear? Any questions on this still here?
Clear, Naveen.
Okay. Right now, you know what do you mean by special periods? Why special periods?
Yes.
Yes.
right? Next one, short-ended fiscal year. So till here, any questions? Calendar fiscal year, non-calendar fiscal year, short-ended fiscal year. Short-ended fiscal year in the sense, for example, so what is the current fiscal year? Current fiscal year, current non-fiscal year,
Non-calendar.
April to March, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So here, when I need to start my books of accounts,
In
April.
1st April.
for example, when I need to start my books of accounts for this particular fiscal year,
First Jan.
no, I'm for normal Indian companies follows which fiscal year,
1st April to 31st March.
correct? So here,
Yes.
for example, my company is newly launched company, newly started company. My company started on 1st September. My company start, okay. My company started on 1st September of this particular fiscal year. 1st September. So here, do I need to open books of accounts from 1st April to 31st March or 1st September to 31st March?
1st
1st
September to
September,
31st March.
1st
31st March.
September, because
First.
I don't have a transactions on 1st
Correct.
April, right? April I don't have, May I don't have, June I don't have, July I don't have, August I don't have transaction. So when I'll open my books of accounts,
1st of September.
1st September. And when I need to, 1st September 2022, and when I need to close,
31st August.
not 31st
31st
August.
March.
This
31st March.
okay, I'm
Okay,
following Indian
still
company
okay.
fiscal year. So 31st March only,
Okay.
correct? So, but how many periods are there? How many months are there from September to March?
7 months.
Sorry,
7
Seven.
months.
7 months.
7 months. So is it less than 12 months or equal to 12 months?
Less
Less
than.
than.
Less than. So any physical year is less than 12 months due to any reason. For example, it's newly started company or the company winded up in the middle of the year, correct? So will they maintain after that also, after winding up of a company also? Understood what I'm saying? This particular one company is their XYZ company. They have opened their books of accounts on 1st April, but due to some reason, they have closed their business. They have closed their business. They have shut down their business on 31st December. So till how many months they will open their books of accounts? 1st April to 31st December only they will open their books of accounts. They'll prepare their accounts. After that also they will prepare January, February, March.
No.
How many months are there in
9.
this? 9, correct? So the
Yes.
books of accounts which are not there for 12 complete months, 12 periods. Okay, if it is 1 month lesser, then also it is considered as a short-ended fiscal year. Short-ended fiscal year. So understood, calendar fiscal year, non-calendar fiscal year, short-ended fiscal year. What do you mean by short-ended fiscal year?
Less than like a fiscal year, less than 12 months.
Exactly.
Any of the reason,
What could be the reason?
like newly started or
Started
winded
in the middle of the year or winded up of the company
winded up.
in the middle of the year, right? Then they can't maintain their books of accounts for complete year. Understood now?
Naveen, if it is April to, for suppose they are following April to March,
Mhm.
but they recorded the first transaction on April 29th. So we'll calculate for total 12 months, right?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Company is running April to March.
Okay, means they have started their business on 1st April.
No, they have been started the business on 1st April, but the transaction happened on April 29th.
Whatever it is, but business is there on 1st April,
Yes.
then it is considered as a complete year, right?
Okay.
right? If you have started your business on 29th of April, okay, then you won't maintain on 1st April, right?
Yes.
Understood. If your 12 months period, which business will have, existing businesses will have 12 months period. Newly launched businesses may not start from 1st April, may not start from 1st January, right?
Yes, no.
Okay. Write down. Write down. Next one. Different countries. This is very important. Different countries. Write down if possible. Different countries follows their financial years differently. So I'm taking few countries example. Okay, for example, Indian companies, Indian company, India, fiscal year, India, fiscal year, 1st April to 1st April to 31st March. 31st March. Is it a calendar year or non-calendar year?
Non-calendar.
Non-calendar year. Perfect. Okay. And US. See, majority states in US will follow their fiscal year. Majority, I'm saying, not all states in US, but majority states in US follows their fiscal year on 1st Jan to 31st December. So what is this?
Calendar year.
Calendar year. Right? Majority, I said, don't get confused. Right? Your client, for example, you selected for US client, then maybe their fiscal year is something different, because North America, South America, there are a number of US regions are separated. So North America follows different fiscal years, South America follows different fiscal year. So I said majority states will follow their fiscal year as a calendar year. Okay. Australia, New Zealand. Okay. New Zealand, major different countries follows. They follow 1st July to 1st July to 30th June. Is it calendar year or non-calendar year?
Non-calendar.
Non-calendar.
Non-calendar year. And majority European countries. Majority European countries follows. I said again, majority European countries follows their fiscal year from 1st October to 1st October to 30th September. Non-calendar. Clear? I said few European countries. Yes. Any questions still here? Now you can recognize which is the fiscal year. For example, if I take April 2022 to 31st March 2023. So here 2 years are covered in this, right? 2022 and 2023. And here 2023, 2024. 2 years are there, right? April to December 2024, and from Jan it will be 2025. So 2024 to 2025. But what would be the fiscal year here? First one. What would be the fiscal year?
2022.
First one. Yes. Fiscal year would be 2022. And here
23.
fiscal year would be 2023. Perfect. Next one.
24.
Fiscal year would be 2024. Any questions still here? Right now. Any questions still here? Anyone? Anyone have a questions?
No.
No, Navin.
Okay. Next one. SAP, write down. SAP provided standard fiscal year. Okay. Standard fiscal year or fiscal year variant. What do you mean by variant? What do you mean by variant?
Different.
See, different features. COVID variant. What do you mean by COVID variant? COVID, if someone gets COVID, in the sense he may suffer with different problems, cough, fever, right, cold, right, body pains. So different attributes will be there, right? Then that is considered as a variant. If they are having only one particular thing, so for example, if COVID is there, only fever will come. In the sense we won't call that as a variant. Why? Because it is having only one attribute. If it is having a number of attributes, then we can call it as a variant. Clear? So what SAP has provided here, don't compare with the COVID variant. Here I'm saying fiscal year variant. So SAP provided standard fiscal year variants, means so no need to create our own variants. Company has SAP has already provided different fiscal year variants. Okay, just we need to copy that. We need not to create, we need to copy that. So for example, you can write it as a variant name is V3. There is a variant name SAP has created V3. So what are the attributes it will contain? V3 fiscal year, in the sense What is the V3 fiscal year in the sense? It contains
April to March.
April to March fiscal year. Means V3 consists of April to March plus 4 special periods. Plus 4 special periods. 4 special periods. You can write it as in special periods are for adjustment entries. Clear? So this is the means instead of creating again, we need to define everything. Instead of that, we can copy our variant as V3. Okay, next one. V6. July to June. July to June plus 4 special periods. Next one. V9. V9. October to September plus 4 special periods. Next one, K4. Jan to December plus 4 special periods. Clear? So these are there are number of SAP standard fiscal year variants are provided. These are the few examples. Just write it down. Once you're done, let me know. Once you are done, let me know, please. Hope I am audible.
Yes, done, Navin.
How about others?
Done, Navin.
Done.
So here, what we can do is we can, for example, you are preparing for Indian company, your client is Indian company, Indian client, then their fiscal year is April to March. So what we can do is we can take as it is V3 fiscal year variant, or they want to use different fiscal year name. There, for example, their company is Ultratech, so they want to start with U, right? So what you can do is we can copy this V3 and we can give our own name. Instead of V3, we can give U3. We need to copy means once we copy all the attributes which are there, all the features which are there in V3, okay, all the features means 12 months periods plus 4 special periods, everything will be copied to the new variant which we are going to create it. Clear? So most of the times what happens is, most of the times companies will follow as it is whatever SAP standard provided fiscal years variants. Clear? But we need not to create again from start. So either you need to use the existing whatever SAP standard fiscal year, or we can copy from SAP standard fiscal year variant. But you need not to create from the scratch, because it takes a lot of time. There are almost a number of attributes will be there. So if we want to create, then we need to give all the attributes. Clear? That I'll show you while creation. Any questions here?
No, Naveen.
Okay,
Naveen, I have one question. So,
please go ahead.
my company wants to create the variant from February to Jan. I want to follow the fiscal year from Feb to Jan, so that I can copy that V3 and I can give it as Feb to Jan, right?
Sorry, can you please come again?
My company wants to follow the non-calendar year from February 2022 to
February.
Jan.
February.
Hello.
You're saying that February, so no company, no country will follow from February, right?
It's not like generally I started my business in the month of Feb, new business days. I started in February, so I want to start from Feb to Jan.
Okay,
I'm following the non-calendar year, not the calendar year.
non-calendar year.
Yes. I want to follow from February to January so that I can copy the V3 variant or I can give my own variant, right?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that always.
I know that generally the fiscal year, so from Jan 31st March to like April 1st.
No,
Sorry,
no, no.
1st April
1st
to
April to
31st.
31st March.
But if my the newly started company, I want to started on February. So I want to
February in the
understand.
sense, see, that will come under February and ends at March. Only 1 month for that particular period. See, you are
Naveen,
in.
I guess the question was,
I-
can we create a separate?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Yes.
See, your company is in India, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And your company, Indian companies will follow their fiscal year from April to March,
Okay.
correct?
Yes.
And what you want to do is actually your company in this particular year. So for example, this is fiscal year 2022-2023 for 2022,
Okay.
right? And your company started, as you're saying, that February of 2023.
Yes, February 22.
2023 means Feb 2023. When the books of accounts will be closed for this particular year?
It will close on 31st of March.
31st of March, which year?
2024.
Not 2024. Not 2024. It will be closed on 2023 only. Correct. So because
Okay.
this is related to 2022 fiscal year.
Okay.
Correct. If you are taking February to 2024 in the sense, how many months it will be? Feb 2023.
Hmm. Feb 2022, it's March.
Then how many months?
It will be 12, 13 months. Like
Then what is the period? What is the fiscal year?
fiscal year is from 1st April to 31st
12
March.
periods only, we call it
12
as a
periods.
fiscal year.
Mm-hmm.
Understood?
Yes, got it.
So here your books of accounts will be started on 1st February 2023 and it should
Okay.
end at 31st March 2023. Means only for that particular year, we have only 1 month transactions. Or
Okay.
February and March, 2 month transactions.
Yes.
Okay. So that is considered as a short-ended fiscal year.
Short-ended.
Clear?
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
No, my question is like, can we create like that? So if some company wants to follow their own set of fiscal year, like as I said, from
Yeah, we
February
can, but your period should be only 12 months, not 13 months.
not more than that. Okay.
Yeah. Period in the sense, year in the sense, 12 months only, right?
Yes,
That could be
yes.
either calendar year or a non-calendar year, whatever it is. But your year, you can follow anything. You can create. But your client you want to start from, for example, as I said that 15th of June to ends at 14th of June of next year. We can create it.
Okay.
But the period should be 12 months only.
12 months. Yes, yes. So I also said the same that I will create my business start will February 1st and ends at January 31st. So if we can create like that,
Yes,
right?
yes, we can.
That's my question. Thank you.
Clear? Nepal companies, Nepal, they'll start in the month of, for example, sorry, 10th June, 10th June they will start and ends at 9th June of next year. Majority of Nepal companies.
Okay.
Because I had a client when I was doing a freelancing, their fiscal year is in the middle of this thing. So we can create at any point of time. It's not mandatory.
Okay, Naveen, thank you.
Hope I have answered
Yeah.
your question.
Yes, yes, got it.
Okay. So this is about, so these are the standard fiscal year which SAP provides. So this is very important fiscal year concept. So try to understand what is fiscal year. What do you mean by fiscal year concept?
Hello.
Right? Any questions here? Any questions still here? Okay. Shall we go ahead for the next?
Yes.
So next one. One second. Let's start that. Okay. So here, so we have a concept called year shift concept. Write down year shift concept. So what is our fiscal year here? For example, so we are going to follow Indian fiscal year, for example. So initially we are going to follow April 2022 to Indian reporting and IFRS reporting. We are going to follow April to March 2023. Okay, so we are going to prepare three different reportings. One is Indian reporting, Indian GAAP reporting, IFRS reporting, US GAAP reporting. Clear? So initially for Indian GAAP reporting and IFRS GAAP reporting, we are going to follow our fiscal year as on 1st April to 31st March. And when it comes to US GAAP reporting, we are going to follow US GAAP reporting. That is nothing but calendar year. That is nothing but 1st January to 31st. I'm going to show you both, how to follow the non-calendar year and how to follow the calendar year. Is this clear? So which fiscal year is this now? What is the fiscal year is this?
20 to 20.
20,
2020.
On calendar year.
20 to
Non-calendar
20.
year 2022.
2022.
2022. Correct. So as you know that few months are 9 months are in 2022 and 3 months are in 2020.
2023.
Correct? Understood. So
Yes.
9 months are in 2022 and 3 months are in 2023, which is year changing. So how SAP knows that this particular thing will come under the entries which are posted in the month of January 2023 or February 2023 or March 2023, how those transactions are related to fiscal year 2022? How SAP knows? How SAP will understand? how it will post to 2022 fiscal year, right? It's not manually, right? We need to explain SAP that, okay, even though the year is getting changed 2022 to 2023, but the 3 months transactions, whatever we are posting in the month of January 2023, and the transactions which are posted in February 2023, and the transactions which are posted in March 2023, those are related to which fiscal year?
2022.
2022. So we need to explain SAP. Okay, so here we have a concept called year shifting concept. Year shifting concept. Okay, so I'll show you how to SAP understand. There is an approach, year shifting approach. Okay, so we are going, we have a concept called convert, I'll write it as in caps, convert non calendar year to calendar year or year shift method. Understood? So we are converting this is it a calendar year or non-calendar year? What we are following?
Non-calendar.
Non-calendar. So we need to convert this non-calendar year into calendar year, or we call it as a year shift. So I'll show you how it will consider. So try to understand this. Month, end date, period, year shift. Right? What is our first month in our fiscal year?
April.
April, correct? So that is nothing but 04, which year? 2022. So what would be the end date? What would be the end date? How many days?
31st
30
of
days,
April.
right?
31st,
30th
30th.
April. Right. Next one, 05, 2022, 31, 06, 2022, 30, July 2022, 31, August, 31 days, September, 30 days, October, 31, November, December, 31 days. So here, so again we have 01, 2023, 31, 02, 2023, 28 days, 03, right? 31st March we are going to close. So what would be my last date? 31st March. So here, what is my, which period is this?
Period 1.
Physical
First
year.
period. First period or
First
second period?
period.
April month.
First period.
First.
First period.
First period. Right? The first period for which fiscal year?
22.
2022. Next one, this is second period
2020.
for 2022 fiscal year. Third period for 2022 fiscal year. 04 for 2022 fiscal year. Fifth period, 2022 fiscal year. 06 2020. Seventh period for which year, which fiscal year? 2022 fiscal year, right? And this is 8 for 2022 fiscal year. 09 for 2022 fiscal year. 10th fiscal year, 10th period for 002 22 fiscal year. 11th period for 2022 fiscal year.
Naveen, is it 2022 or 2023?
Fiscal year is even the 2023 also, but which fiscal year it will consider?
Yeah, got it.
Period.
Got it?
Period.
Right? So what is the year shift here? So physical year minus, okay, physical year minus current fiscal year. Okay, so here year shift in the sense, for example, it will compare period year and month year. What is the period year here?
2022.
22.
And what is the month year?
2022 same.
So 2022 minus 2022. How
Zero.
much it is?
Zero.
0. Next one. Here,
Yes, zero.
0. Here,
Zero.
right? 2022 minus 2022. So next year,
Same. Zero.
0. Here, 2022 minus 2022. 2022 minus 2022. 2022 minus 2022. 2022 minus 2022. Right? Now here you can see
2022 minus 2023.
2022 minus 2023.
Minus 1.
So here minus 1. So what SAP will do is SAP will start compare. So what is the month, fiscal month year?
23.
23. So what is our year shift it is showing?
22.
Year shift
Sorry.
Minus
Minus 1.
minus 1. So 2023 minus 1.
2022.
2022. So it will consider it as in which fiscal year, even though it is a January. So 2023 minus 1. So which fiscal year it will consider?
2022.
2022.
And here 2022 minus,
Same. Minus 1. 2022.
understood? Even though you are posting entries, so SAP will check. So which period of year you are posting and what is the month of that particular period. So period year minus month year. So here it is minus 1, then nothing but 2023 minus 1. So it will become 2022. So the entries will be posted in which fiscal year? Which fiscal year?
2022.
Yes. Any questions here?
SAP, that a bit confused now. In SAP consider
22. See, normally which fiscal year is this?
2022.
See
So
here.
we are posting entries in 2023.
Yes, see, you are posting an entry in January 2023. But that
Okay.
is related to which fiscal year?
2022.
Sorry.
2022.
So how SAP considers 2022? It will compare the period. Which period is this?
2022.
10th period, correct?
10th
Of which
period.
fiscal year?
Yes. 22.
2022. But you are posting in which month, which year?
23 January month.
Right, January 2023. So it will compare period year minus month year. So 2022 is nothing but it's a minus 1. So minus 1 in the sense 2023 minus 1. Then what it will be?
2022.
2022 fiscal year, correct?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, yes, no.
Everyone?
Yes.
Understood, everyone? So SAP will compare like this, right? It will become a 2022 fiscal year. 2022 fiscal year. Any questions still here?
Shift year means period year minus month year, right?
Fiscal year, sorry,
Shift year is equal to period year minus month year.
correct. Month year. Any questions here? So it's very important and little confusion, but at the time, once you start practice, then you won't find any issues.
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions here?
No.
No, Naveen.
Okay. One second. So maximum how many periods we can take? Special periods?
4.
4. Is it a mandatory to look at 4?
No.
No, it's a depends on company to company. It may take 1
Yes.
special period, 2 special period, 3 or 4 max.
Yes.
Clear? Right? Okay. So any questions till here? Just write it down if possible, so that I'll share this documentation, but still.
No.
So we no need to do year shifting for the special periods now?
Not required.
Not required.
Automatically it will take.
Okay.
I would like to share one documentation. 1 second. One second. One second. I would like to, this is yours. So what is shortened fiscal year?
Which is less than 12 months.
It is less than 12 months.
Fiscal year less than
Right,
12
less
months.
than 12 months
Less than 12
period.
months.
If any company from one
Started in the
fiscal year,
middle of the year.
sorry,
Started in the middle of the year or wind up
Yeah.
in the end of the business. In the middle.
it could be a starting or it could be a winding up of a
Middle.
company,
Yes, yes.
right? It could be anything. So next write down. Write down the path. Write down, define fiscal year variant. Define fiscal year variant. Write down the path. SPRO. SPRO. SAP reference IMG. Financial accounting new. Financial accounting new. Financial accounting global settings new. Financial accounting global settings new. Ledger. Ledger. Physical year and posting periods. Physical year and posting periods.
Fiscal
Next.
year and posting.
Fiscal year and posting periods. Next, maintain physical year variant. Maintain physical year variant. Transaction code OB29. Okay, just write down a note, a simple note. This particular action required if we want to assign any existing fiscal year variant, full stop. Just identify which physical year variant our client company code, which fiscal year variant our client company code want to use. Our client company code want to use. Full stop. If required, physical year variant is not available, then we can create it either by copying it or by creating new entry. As I said that if it is not available, then you can copy from the standard or you can create your own, this one. Okay, so I'll show you in the SAP how we can do this. Okay, so path /n SPRO. Okay, SAP reference IMG. Financial accounting new. Financial accounting new. Financial accounting global settings new. Ledgers. Physical year and posting periods. Okay. Maintain physical year variant. Maintain physical year variant and additional information. So transaction code. AMG active. So OB29. OB29. So click on execute. Click on execute. So there are number of fiscal years are there. Right? Year dependent, calendar year. So there are, I said few are. So click on position button. So we want to follow April to March. What is SA standard for April to March?
B3.
V3.
You can see. Right on. Click on position button. Right on. Click on position button. So we are going to follow SAP standard B3. Okay. Click on position button. And give B3. Select B3. So select V3 variant. So if you want to create your own one, you want to create your own one. So is there any U3? U3 already there. Okay. So if you want to create, so U3 already there. So I would like to create our company as in what is our company?
Ultratech.
So for example, so what is our company?
Ultratech.
Ultratech, right? So I would like to create my physical year variant as for example, just I'm checking my company. UT01, UT02, UT, right? So what I'll
Company
do
code.
is, so is there anyone created U1? No one has created U1, right? So select V3. So I want to give my own variant name. My client want own variant name. So click on copy as button. Click on copy as button right on. Select V3 variant. Click on copy as button. Click on copy as button. So here change to what is the variant name we want to give?
U1.
P1. Okay. So I would like to give. So I would like to give so here I'll give it as an Q1 Ultra April to March April to March with 4 special periods. Clear? So what I have taken, I have taken Ultra. I have given my own variant name U1. Okay. Ultra April to March 4 special periods. Clear? What was the attribute I have copied? I have copied from.
V3. V3.
I'll tell you what do you mean by year dependent. Just remind me next session. So is this a calendar year?
No.
No. So I'm not
Non-calendar.
selecting calendar year. And how many posting periods we have?
12.
And how many special periods we want to copy?
4.
Right? Press enter. So here, click on copy all button. So almost all 496 attributes will be get copied. You can see that. Copy all. Click on copy all. Means 508 attributes are copied. If we want to create it newly, then we need to give all the 508 attributes. Clear, everyone? So instead of creating new and taking time waste, so what we have taken standard V3 variant and we have copied and we have given an OR variant name called U1. And
Those 508 attribute means what does that?
attributes are nothing but periods 1, 2, 3, 12, special periods 15, days it will copy it. Clear?
Okay,
And
okay.
everything, different steps.
Okay.
Okay. So click on OK button. I'll show you that in the periods and all. Click on OK button. Now understood? See here, U1 is created. Ultra. Just remember that. What is our fiscal year variant?
U1.
Sorry?
U1.
What is our fiscal year variant?
U1.
U1. U1. Okay. April to March plus 4 special periods. Okay. Now, so select this, click on save button. Click on save button. Right? Click on save button. Ours is ultra only, right? So click on say OK. Click on OK. So data was saved. Okay. So any questions from you? So now select your U1. Select U1. Now click on periods. Double click on periods. See, you remember fiscal year variant U1, number of posting period 12, number of special periods 4. You remember we have done month, 12 months, days, each day how many days, and periods. Right? First period April, second period May month, third period June, fourth period July, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, again January month, 10th period, 11th and 12th. You remember we have done year shift.
Oh, this is already done for this. So
Right?
it was copied from the V3, right?
Exactly, exactly. So instead of
Otherwise, we have to specifically mention all this, right?
sorry,
If we do not copy, we have to mention all this, right?
yes, we need to do manually these things.
Yes.
Clear? Any questions?
No, no.
Okay, next one. Period text. Period text. So these are the different languages you can select here. All right. So this is not required for us. So if you are manually creating, you need to select here. This is nothing but a language name. TH. See here. These are the different languages. See, Thai, Japanese, Korean, right? All the 42 international languages. So these are the one of the attribute. Understood? So you know what do you mean by short-ended fiscal year? When we will maintain short-ended fiscal year?
Less than 12
Right.
months.
Right. So what do you mean by year dependent. So here you remember one thing I asked you to remember.
Yes.
See, in fiscal year variant, I'll just save this. I'll go back. See, what do you mean year dependent in the sense? See, my business started in this year. My business started in this year. For example, 1st Jan, or else I'll take it as a 1st July. 1st July 2022, right? And what is my physical year normally? 1st April
31st March.
1st April 2022 to 31st March 2023. So 12 periods. But here is it completing 12 periods? It is 31st July, 1st July to 31st March. So how many periods are there to complete the books of accounts here?
Only 9 periods.
9 months, correct?
Yes.
So is it a complete year?
No.
What we call this?
Shortened.
Short-ended fiscal year. So here, this, so next year again, when it will start?
Again April 1st.
April 1st or July 1st?
Okay, July 1st.
See, this year I have started my business on 1st July.
But next year will start in April.
April 1st.
1st April, correct?
Yes, yes.
And ends
Yes.
at
31st March.
31st March.
31st March. So how many months are there in this year?
12.
12.
12 months. So here, this particular year, we have only 9 months. So next year also we have a 9 months?
No, no.
No, right? So whenever we select year dependent, then what happens is in this particular year only, we have shortened it. And next year again, it will become 9 months or 12 months?
12 months.
12 months.
So if any year is short-ended, then we will select year dependent.
Oh, okay, okay.
Understood? If it is not short-ended, then we won't select this year dependent. Understood now? When we will select this year dependent, only that particular year only, it is short-ended, less than 12 months. If it is 12 months, then we won't select this year dependent. I'm sorry, is this clear now, everyone?
Yes, yes. No.
So here, that's the reason when you select this particular year, when I click on short-ended fiscal year, when I double click on short-ended fiscal year, see here, financial year variant U1 is not a year dependent. Did we select it year dependent?
No.
No.
No. If we select a year dependent, then it will automatically becomes a short-ended fiscal year.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Any questions on this?
How do we change the number of months of the period?
Sorry,
Is the number of months?
I didn't get you.
We change the number of periods in shortened fiscal year.
Sorry.
How do we change the number of periods in the physical
Here
shortened
you
year?
can change it, right? Here you can change it. If you're following 1st April, 1st July, then you can change your fiscal year as a 9. Clear? That I'll show you again. That I'll show you again. Not an issue. I'll show you one company code with short-ended fiscal year also.
Naveen, there is one example like UL, special purpose ledger, why they have given 100.
We have not given, some user has given that.
Yeah, some user also.
It's
So
wrong
we should not
actually. It's
give
wrong
that.
actually.
Wrong, right? Yes.
Do we have a number of posting periods 100?
No, no.
That's what I'm saying. See, someone has taken 53.
Yes.
Clear? The people who want to create without any practice, just they want to create it and they have created it. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions still here? Any questions?
Naveen is selected weeks, Naveen.
Sorry?
In calendar year is selected weeks, Naveen. 53 count is there, right? He
Sorry?
selected weeks. He selected the weeks, Naveen.
I didn't get you. What do you?
Naveen, in number of periods is given 53, right?
Yes.
That is calculated weeks, Naveen.
But
that one.
that is not correct, right?
Not correct, right?
Right. It's not correct, right?
Okay.
It's not correct actually. We want any fiscal year will not be calculated with the week wise.
Okay, Naveen.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions here?
No, Naveen.
Okay. Next, click on save button. Okay. Next. So click on save button. So next one. Next one. Write down, copy, assign company code to fiscal year. Assign company code to fiscal year. Write down. Okay. Assign company code to fiscal year variant. Path. Path. SPRO. So whatever variant we have created, now we need to assign to our company codes. SPRO, SAP reference IMG. SPRO, SAP reference IMG. Financial accounting new. Financial accounting global settings new. Ledger. Ledger. Fiscal year and posting periods. Fiscal year and posting means still here the same path. Till here same path, no change. And here assign company code to fiscal year variant. Assign company code to fiscal year variant. Transaction code OB37. Transaction code OB37. Transaction code OB37. So I'll come with the path, click on save. Once again. So go back. See here. Assign company code to fiscal year variant. Okay, OB37. Okay. Click on position button. Next, write down. Click on position button. Click on position button. What is our company code? What are our company codes?
UT01, UT02.
So UT01, UT02, UU01, right?
UU01.
So first UT01. UT01, UT02, and UU01. So here, click here. Click on fiscal year. What is our fiscal year?
U1.
U1. If you don't remember, just search.
U1.
Okay. Next year also. U1. U1. Press enter. Just press enter. Now you can see U1, U1, U1. Okay, automatically it will show ultra April to March, 4 special periods. Ultra April to March, 4 special periods. Click on save button. So we can ignore if something is blank. That's it. So Ultra Tech, click on OK. Any questions on this?
No questions. No.
No, no.
Okay. So here, so in global parameters, company code global parameters, we have completed chart of accounts. We have completed fiscal year variant. Any questions? Any questions?
No, Naveen. Yeah.
Okay. So what we'll do is this week we'll stop here itself. So just go through once again because we have got a long gap. So just go through once again. So this company Monday to Friday, whatever sessions, Monday to Friday, whatever, whenever you get a time to practice, just practice it. If you are facing any challenges or something, just post me so that we can rectify and try to complete in this particular week till fiscal year variant. So that next week onwards, the most important thing, posting period variant. This is very important, open and close. Most of the errors in real time, the end users will get at the posting period variant level. Is this clear?
Naveen, there is no chance to take the class next week. Naveen, in the
Sorry,
middle of the week class.
sorry.
In the weekdays, there is no chance to take the class.
If everybody accepted, then I'll post it after Wednesday. We can see Thursday, Friday.
Yes, Naveen, because last 4-5 sessions
See
will not
again,
happen.
Dipti, let me think. Let me complete one thing. I'll just stop
Okay.
recording. I'll tell you.
Oh.